The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of IBEW Local 369 Central Kentucky High School basketball starts now.
Alongside KHSAA Hall of Famer Mark Evans, I'm Chris Labar. Welcome to Lawrenceburg, Frederick Douglass, Anderson County for Wednesday night high school basketball. Mark, both these teams very solid aspirations of playing deep into the postseason.
We both expect Chris to be at the state tournament, that's for sure. They both, Anderson County is picked to come out of the 8th region, but they do have some competition, as well as Frederick Douglass is picked to come out of that 11th region. I think both teams, they play a little bit different styles, but I think we're in for a great game tonight, really an interesting game tonight. I've had the opportunity to see both of them play several times. Both of them will push the ball when they can, but it will probably be more of a push by the Broncos and more of a control by the Bearcats.
In less than a week before district play, kudos to both these teams for challenging themselves this late in the season.
Well, I talked to both coaches about that kind of off the record when I was with them. And, I know the Anderson County program extremely well because I actually helped them a couple years ago. Came back and helped a friend of mine, actually their head coach. They're always looking for a challenge, and they both feel the same, that you need to play these kinds of games at the end because this will replicate tournament time and probably the finals of your districts, the finals of your regions, and even some of the type teams you're going to see in the state tournament.
For the folks in Lexington that may not be familiar with this Anderson County program, it is a program, Mark, winners of 20 or more in 9 straight years, just great community involvement, and it starts awfully young. Yeah,
I'm a little biased. I'm a little partial. Coach and I go way back. We're very, very close friends. I mean, he's one of my best friends. So I've been up close and personal with the program. I know their kids really well. I know the community very well. And, they're special, and he's a special coach and does just a great job communicating with these kids and keeping it going. They've been really special for a long time. Even before Clay got here, they had a great coach.
Tony Kaye's the coach at that point. JV game ongoing. We did get a little bit of a late start, so about 3 minutes left in the JV contest. Up next, Mark will chat with Clay Birdwhistle, head coach of Anderson County. Clay is inside year 10 in that conversation when we come right back from Glycod.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher, by making a real difference in the communities we serve, and by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
This is your season to save on our incredible selection of new Kias from Cardtown Kia. You can't beat the powerful design of the new 2024 Sportage.
It's your choice. The new 2023 Kia Sportage, just $349 down and $349 per month, or the new 2023 Kia Sorento, just $349 down and $349 per month.
Unmatched design, performance, and savings all in one at Cardtown Kia and CardtownKiaUSA.com.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be a million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Get started by finding the program that works for you at bluegrass.kctcs.edu. Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you.
Mark Evans of Glycod here with Bearcat coach Clay Birdwhistle. Clay, if you know anything about girls basketball in the state of Kentucky, you know that Clay is a great coach, one of the best of the best, and actually one of my closest friends, so this is a pleasure tonight to be able to cover Clay and his team. I also had the pleasure of being one of his assistants a few years ago, and we had quite the time. But anyway, Coach, you're having another great year. You're 25-2. Just tell us a little bit about your team since we haven't covered you this year.
Well, we start with Johnson and Satterley. Laney Johnson, as a junior this year, was the Regional Player of the Year. Jenna Satterley actually finished second in the voting, and she's our point guard, and she is actually having a phenomenal year from a metric standpoint especially. But I think the biggest story for us is the other cast that has gotten better and really worked over the summer. Ella Baum has more than doubled her scoring output year over year, and we got 7 or 8 kids that on a given day that come in and give us some help, and I think it's made us much more dangerous than we were at any point last year.
Good to hear. I look forward to watching you tonight. I saw you a little earlier. Saw you play real well. Played a pretty good team. This Frederick Douglass bunch. Matter of fact, I think their best basketball has been just lately. Mm-hmm. I had the pleasure of watching them play a Henry Clay team that had beaten them in the past, but it wasn't anything like that this time. So what's your thoughts on tonight? What do you need to do? What does your team need to do?
Well, they're dangerous as a loaded gun. They're going to come at you 100 miles an hour. They're going to press you, try to turn you over. They're one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the state. The Darrington kid is just absolutely special on the glass. Rhodes is a scorer that can get you from 3 levels, but she prefers the jump shot. And again, they've got a supporting cast that's going to come in and do their role at a high level. And this is a kind of game that it's a state tournament. It's an Elite 8 level game that we're playing tonight, and hopefully we can play with them.
I think it's great to play these tough opponents at the end of the year. It just gets you ready, and I'm sure that's what you're going to do tonight. And I look forward to the game. And great being here. Thank you, Coach.
Good to have you. Thank you.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us, and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg on Glycod. Chris Labar along with former Mercy head coach Mark Evans. Great to have you here. Let's talk a bit more about the Bearcats, Mark. 7 top 50 RPI games. They've won 5 and only 2 setbacks on the year.
Yeah, they play a pretty tough schedule, Chris. They got clipped by, I believe, Simon Kenton early in the year, and I've seen Simon play, and they have a good team. I saw them play Sacred Heart, but they had an injury in that game that set them back a little bit. I can't really remember the last game that Clay lost.
Well, GRC, and that's a common opponent we'll talk a lot about.
Yeah, GRC, was definitely loaded with talent, still loaded with talent, but did lose one of their top players recently to an injury. But they were 2 or 1 depending on the poll at the time in the state. So he's been, they've been tested, no doubt. And as far as the Anderson County Bearcats go, I know them well. They have an excellent point guard, and they can do a little bit of everything and shoot the ball well, get the ball to the basket. They have Eleni Johnson. They have a great, I call her 1 through 4. She can play about every position, and she's special. She has great range from the 3-point line, and she has all levels. She can get to the rim. She can, and she also defends well. She'll block your shot.
And Jenna Satterley has had quite the year. Over 40% from 3-point range.
Yeah, Jenna, I love watching her progression because, like I said, I coached them a couple years ago into the state tournament, and we met Sacred Heart. But, Jenna was a little bit she picked and chose back then. She was a little bit passive as far as aggressiveness toward scoring-wise. And she had a really good cast around her, too, that could shoot it. But I really like the way she asserts herself now. I always felt like that was something that she was going to do that would make her better down the road.
Numbers can be construed in many different ways, but team free throws, Mark, a real disparity between these two teams. Anderson, as you see, 77. And we'll get to Douglas in detail in a moment, but only 60% from the field. That's a big difference between these two teams.
That's a big difference, and that's a big deal. The thing about Frederick Douglass is they like to try to get the ball to the rim, and then they like to follow it up and get rebound after rebound after rebound, especially with the Darrington young lady and Knowles. They get fouled a lot, and they go to the line a lot. So, I'm sure Coach would like to work on that and improve that as much as possible before going into tournament time, because that will beat you, and especially right now where you got 2 shots after 5 fouls, it'll beat you. And as far as Anderson County Bearcats go, Clay has a gift in teaching shooting. Best 3-point shooting team I've ever been around was the one I coached about 3 years ago with him, they could flat out shoot the ball. So therefore, they shoot free throws well. Their form's always good.
This team also gives up only 33 points per game on defense, and we've covered a lot of games this year. I mean, we've seen them in all sectors. Not sure I've seen a group give up that few points.
Well, Clay's a gift. He patterns a lot off the NBA, to be quite honest with you. But he's got a very unique 2-3 zone, one that I've never seen, and it's really kind of defies whatever 2-3 I've ever seen. But it's really difficult to solve, especially if you've not seen him much before. I think that keeps teams down, in the scoring side of it. They also the pace of their play. When I was with them, if you've ever been around me, I get the ball in fast and get the ball down the court and reverse ball. It drove me out of my mind because that's not the Anderson County way. Jenna or Laney gets the ball in, and Jenna walks the ball down the court, and then they set up into something. Now, they will run if they're given the opportunity, and they can run transition. They do a great job of that. But to be honest with you, they control tempo. And Clay's very good at controlling tempo. He's a great bench coach. And I think that's why you see the low amount of scoring against them. It's partly because the offense running some clock and partly because of the type of zone they play.
We'll talk about the keys to this matchup presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. That on the other side of this timeout. Thanks so much for watching Glycon.com tonight. Be right back.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Now for a look at tonight's keys to the game presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. They strive to keep your trucks moving through outstanding parts availability and unmatched service, all while glorifying Jesus Christ and building relationships. Mark, rebounding very important for both teams.
No doubt about it, Chris. Rebounding might be more important for the Bearcats tonight, as far as keeping the offensive boards down low. Ayanna Darrington is a force, and she may miss her first shot, but she may get 2 or 3 more opportunities, so she can really pet those offensive rebounding, and that's going to be a big piece of it, no doubt about it.
How does Douglas, or how do they limit Johnson and Satterley from touching the ball?
Well, I mean, if it were a different time and I was a coach, I probably would play a triangle and 2 and make the other players beat me. I just think that any time that Jenna touches the ball, she's deadly. She can take it. She takes it really well. She's right-handed, but she takes it strong with her left hand to the rim, and she can flat shoot the 3. This year Laney's been a little bit off on her shot, but it's coming back. And I mean, shooting's about rhythm, and so her percentage will fool you. She's shooting 33%, but she's a lot better than that. I just don't think they can touch the ball, and I think that's going to be difficult for the Broncos to do much with. They're going to probably play some zone. They like the 1-2-2, and Clay's very good with skip passing, and so it's going to be interesting.
Frederick Douglass, the defending 11th region champ. We will chat with head coach DJ Moberly right after this timeout. This is Glycod.com.
Plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Ruoff Mortgage. For an intuitive, simple, and stress-free mortgage process, visit ruoff.com. Ruoff Mortgage, opening doors.
Mark Evans of Glycod here. I have the pleasure to tonight, before this Frederick Douglass and the Anderson County Bearcat game, to speak to head coach DJ Moberly. Coach, I had the opportunity to see your team second time you played a Henry Clay team, and I was really, really impressed. I was impressed with the changing defenses that you used. I was impressed with the way your kids played hard, and they all seemed like they communicated well, and just a real good feel. Plus, you have some talent. You have a couple really good guards, and I love some of your inside players. Tell us a little, since we haven't had the opportunity to see you this year, Coach, just tell us a little bit about your team, please.
We're fairly young. We got two seniors. We actually got one. One's injured, but we got one that's been with us from the start. She's been here for 4 years actually. That's Miss Ayana Barrington. Like I said, we're fairly young. Got a freshman that's I think she's actually probably one of the two top scorers on our team right now. Jelly Knowles, junior Naya Rhodes, and another junior Kate Baker. They all contribute. Kate, Naya, and Kate and Jelly's been here 4 years too. 4 years started too. Naya's been with us the last 3 years. So fairly young team, but a little bit seasoned. Had a good run last year, so we just trying to piggyback off what we did last year. Season's been good to us this year. We lost a couple games early, man, but we like where we at right now.
Yeah, I feel real good. I feel like your best basketball was going on right now, based on what I was able to see. I saw an earlier one and the second one. You know, like I said, I really like your team. I think you're doing a great job with it. About tonight, you play an Anderson County team that's been there and done that. Another quality record, another quality team. What are some of the things that you think you're going to have to do tonight in order to come out ahead?
For one, I think we definitely need to stay out of foul trouble. Limit our turnovers. We need to rebound tonight, and we need to execute. We need to stay disciplined and just stick with our game plan.
I got you, Coach. I look forward to it. I think it's a little bit different styles, and I think it's going to be a great game. Both of you, I wish you well going into tournament play. Districts are coming up this coming week, and then regions, and then what everybody would like to do is be there at the Sweet 16. So good luck to you, Coach. It's been really nice meeting you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
you. Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us, and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back to Anderson County High School in Lawrenceburg. It's Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod. We'll be right back.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
The reason I went to traditional bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product is based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Time now for the starting lineups. First for Frederick Douglass. Starting lineups presented by Ruoff Mortgage. At Ruoff, they are opening doors. Nia Rhodes, 17 points per game, leads Douglass in scoring. Ayana Darrington, a walking double-double at 15 and 11. Jaylee Knowles averages 10. McKaylee Bennett, Kate Baker each average 6 points. For Anderson County, Jenna Satterley and Lainey Johnson lead the scoring. Johnson 19 points, 7 rebounds. Satterley 18 points, but lethal from 3. Ella Baum averages 9. Faith Hyatt 2 points, and Claire Cooper 4 points per game. Mark, there is some star power in this game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. From the Bearcat side, Laney's proven, Jenna's proven, and they can flat play. And the supporting cast is probably a little bit better this year for the Bearcats. As far as the Broncos go, yeah, I had the opportunity to see them play, and I really thought a lot of Rhodes. I mean, she makes step back threes. She can do a little bit of everything. She'll get it to the rim. Darrington's a force. She's fantastic. Her best days are probably coming up here soon in the college level. Knowles is very good. Baker I was impressed with because the game I saw, Rhodes got in foul trouble. Baker had to pick up the slack and take the one, and she did a very nice job too. So, yeah, we have some star power.
Tyler Smith, Robert Swanigan, Jay Kepperling, the trio of officials assigned by the 8th Region. Anderson, of course, the home white. This gym very, very historic. 5 Sweet 16s in the last 10 years for Anderson County. And Douglass, curious to see how they start here on the road.
Well, Anderson County's opening up in a man-to-man defense.
And Darrington will lose it as Lainey Johnson out with it. And an early miscue on both teams, and the Broncos will possess the basketball.
Yeah, I'm not surprised as far as the Bearcats opening up in the man-to-man. It looks as if they're using Johnson, though, as more or less a floater. She's kind of a one-person zone, and she's going to help out Faith Hyatt inside on Darrington, I do believe.
Kate Baker will weave in. There's Knowles, the very promising 9th grader.
Yeah, and look for Darrington turning over that left shoulder. She really likes to go right, and Faith Hyde is a pretty sharp defender. I don't know if she'll let her do that as much as she'd like to or not.
Nia Rhodes triggers a 3, and a rebound snatched by Faith Hyatt of Anderson County. A scoreless first 60 seconds. And Lainey Johnson working opposite freshman Jaylee Knowles. That's a matchup to watch.
Mm-hmm. Coach Moberly's opened up in man-to-man too, even though I think they're patting the defense as a 1-2-2, 1-2-2 trap, three-quarter court, 1-2-2 press. But I think he has a lot of respect for Satterley and Johnson.
Now Hyatt up top. There's Nia Rhodes in her grill. Nice grab underneath, and the basket goes in for Jenna Satterley.
Well, great communication with Hyatt and Satterley. You know, Jenna looked up, knew Hyatt needed a little help, and perfect basket cut.
Kate Baker, the decoy, as Darrington wheels it back to Nia Rhodes. Her second three-pointer. This one slides off. Follow in for Darrington.
Well, that's Coach Birdwhistle's greatest nightmare is second shots tonight. You know, that was a key to the game, and it's his key and what I thought I saw. And
Satterley certainly becoming an offensive weapon in her senior year.
Yeah, it's great to see. Like I said in the past, she deferred a lot. She's not deferring this year at all, and that's wonderful.
She's 2 for 2 to start as Kate Baker will handle it up top. Nice solid beginning for both teams.
Well, and right now what you're looking at too, you're looking at Satterley on Rhodes, and Satterley always draws the top guard and many times will chase.
Poked away by Lainey Johnson, and Kate Baker had it momentarily. Live ball turnover. It's netted to Jenna Satterley for Anderson County.
Yeah. Jenna's a right-hander, but she drives the ball extremely well with her left and gets to the rim well and finishes well with her left hand. Now, Laney's deep, but that's Laney's range.
Johnson a little bit long, and Baker will watch it trickle out of bounds.
Yeah, for some of the viewers, you might feel like that was an awful deep shot. Well, for Laney, it's not. She's pretty deadly normally.
Johnson connecting on 45 threes this year.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It looks as if Satterley is pretty much going to chase number 4 Rhodes. If that's going to be the case, somebody else is going to have to step up and be able to shoot the ball a little bit from the outside. Number 3 Baker with the ball. She's capable, but she almost has to have wide open looks.
Darrington foul line, high-low, nice Knowles grab for the basket. Jaylene Knowles wheels it in. Tied at 4.
Knowles is a very good freshman, and I was impressed with her in the games I saw. I think we have her listed as 5 foot. She's a lot bigger than 85 foot.
Satterley shot short. She's fouled underneath for the game's first personal. It's on Ayanna Darrington, her first, and possession underneath for the Lady Cats.
Yeah, that's a really big foul, Chris, this early in the game, because Darrington has to be able to stay in the game.
Satterley with all 7 for the Lady Cats.
Very, very smooth.
She's a 44% three-point shooter. Knowles, the beneficiary of the double, and it wouldn't go in. And out of bounds to Anderson County.
Yeah, Darrington, great short, high-low pass. And typically Knowles would finish that. She's pretty tough around the basket. See a little bit of press, a little bit of full court press, just token man falling back. Just trying to change the pace. That's Coach Moberly.
It's Ella Baum in the far corner, and Darrington pokes it away.
Yeah, Ella's not going to be able to put the ball in front of Darrington like that. The same thing will happen all night long.
Kaylee Bennett veering right. Kate Baker, some length against her up top. Carve space, and it goes in.
Yeah, nice little turnaround by Baker. When I saw, she went mainly over her left shoulder right. That was a nice job. Got a little run out going on.
Ella Baum snowbirding on defense and puts it in.
Well, that's Jenna Satterley. I think she plays shortstop for the softball team, and she runs the show now for this basketball team, and she was the one that looked up and saw that opportunity, and perfect pass.
9-6 Lady Cats. We play 5 minutes from Lawrenceburg.
Still in the man-to-man, and Jenna's still chasing.
Got a foul underneath on Douglas. Who's it on?
I think it's on her.
Will be Nia Rhodes. Take a look at this last Jenna Satterley 3. Satterley 7 points and an assist.
Very confident player. So is Lainey Johnson.
DJ Moberly pacing far sideline, and the Broncos pick up their third foul.
Yeah, Coach Moberly had some real concerns about early foul trouble, and it looks like they're coming to fruition just a little bit on him.
It's McKaylee Bennett, so she, Darrington, and Rhodes each with one early foul. And we got a fourth foul. I'll check that. It's going to be on Anderson County, away from the ball.
Yeah, for just a brief moment there, I thought that was Darrington's second foul. I think Faith was trying to sell it, and it didn't work out so well for her. That's going to be a real interesting matchup with Faith Hyatt and Darrington.
Rhodes triggers a 3. She's 0 for 3 from distance, and Satterley brings down the Anderson rebound. Now Claire Cooper finds Johnson, fills the lane. Cooper rejected by Knowles, and Douglas has it. Nia Rhodes, number 4, weaving into forecourt, and there is a foul per referee Tyler Smith.
I imagine Rhodes will be shooting 2 right here. Hit a hand in the back.
Mark, let's take one more look at this inbound on Anderson's foul. So we take one more look right there.
Yeah. When I first saw it, Chris, I thought that Darrington was pushed her down, but I'm not really sure.
Rhodes connecting on a free throw. 80% foul shooter on the year, tops for Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, she's smooth. She's a good ball player. Now you got the Broncos are in the 2-2-1 press. He's mixing it, looking to trap corners. Falling back in, let's see. Falling back in man-man, trying to match up.
Cooper will hand it off to Jenna Satterley, who's certainly been the focal point of the offense in the early phases of this game.
She's trying to get to that left lane. She's trying to get that gap and make a left-hand layup.
Rhodes jumps the passing lane, Euro step, floats it in.
So great body control by Rhodes. She's impressive. I didn't see a lot of her the last game I watched because she got in foul trouble early.
Rhodes with 4, and the Broncos take their first lead.
Anderson does a tremendous job of skip passing. That coach practices that all the time, and they're really hard to 2-2-1 press. They really are. They're almost impossible.
Deflected by Rhodes once more. It's going to find Baum in the corner, and she'll arc it out of bounds as Baum ran out of real estate.
Yeah, Ella got herself real deep, and if she would have just hung in there just a little bit longer, Jenna was coming to her rescue. She was going to make that cut, and it was too late.
Amaya Maxwell checks in, and off for Douglas marches McKaylee Bennett. And Anderson County will sub in as well.
Yeah, McGregor's in for Anderson County.
Faith McGregor, 5'9" junior.
She came in for the other Faith.
Rhodes well off the mark. And the student sector to our lower right will let her hear about it.
Yeah, I think Coach Moberly wants to speed this game up just a little bit, or change the pace just some with this 2-2-1. Something else he's doing though is really helping them too is in the 2-2-1. If you notice, Lainey Johnson and Satterley are both bringing the ball up the court, so therefore they're not as dangerous on the scoring side of it.
Johnson tries another 3. This one off as well. She's 0 for her first 3. And a held ball. The arrow will stay Anderson County. Certainly with that one early foul, Darrington has not backed down from aggression.
No.
And the Cats will inbound underneath.
Look for it being swung around for the 3, but just not a very good pass.
And another unforced turnover, and Clay Birdwhistle going to have a seat there at the bench.
Yeah, I know Coach well. He's not very happy right now. They don't opening up with 4 turnovers is just not his thing. So that turnover hurt because that was supposed to swing all the way back around to the baseline for a Satterley 3.
Now the Broncos now will have possession in the balance of this quarter, or will they? It's trickled off Knowles out of bounds.
So I think we're 4-3 in turnovers, so we got a close battle going on there. Coach is back into man-to-man, and it looks as if Baker's going to try to chase Satterley now.
Here comes Jenna into forecourt. Bomb at 4. Johnson well off. And it's going to count. The putback goes for Faith McGregor to close the first quarter. McGregor on the putback, in Anderson County by a point as we take a look on the offensive rebound. So McGregor in with a putback, a 1-point Bearcat lead, second quarter on the way back from Glycod.com.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
This broadcast is authorized by Anderson County High School with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. Anderson by 1 as we welcome you back. And that was a big basket late in that quarter, Mark.
Yes, it was. McGregor's been coming along the last couple of years. She found she was exactly where she needed to be, weak side boards, and did a great job of catching and getting rid of it and getting it back in the basket. So it's a little bit of a lift for the Bearcats.
Jaylee Knowles will nudge it to Amaya Maxwell. Nice cut, and Maxwell finishes.
Yeah, great cut. Caught Lainey Johnson a little bit behind the screen, and she followed through, and the Broncos knew exactly what to do on that curl.
Third lead change already, and the Broncos lead by 1. Darrington intercepts.
Saturday remains on Rhodes. 2 top guard matchup.
Nia Rhodes angling left, step back.
Beautiful touch on that shot. Right to left pull up.
Rhodes with a half dozen leading Frederick Douglass score thus far.
Yeah, and it's same thing though, Chris. It's forcing Satterley and Johnson to break the press.
There's Johnson. Floater in the lane is perfect. Her first field goal.
And that's a Lainey Johnson that I'm most used to.
Turnover at the other end.
Now we're in his favorite press. It's a 1-2-2 3/4 court, looking to trap top corners.
Willa Knowles with some length at the face of that defense.
Yeah, it's like I said, she's a good-looking freshman.
Elabom handles it up top now. Satterley.
Yeah, they're playing man, but
Johnson and up and under. Oh my, nearly got the basket and a foul. It will be on Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, Lainey does a real nice job. She can go over either shoulder and knock down those little short shots. And she draws a lot of fouls.
Foul on Jaylee Knowles.
Is that her second?
It is her first foul, and a tie game as the free throw falls through for Lainey. 76% free throw shooter on the year. And again, the Cats exemplary from the line at 77% as a group.
Yeah, you win a lot of close ball games that way, and Clay has.
Anderson with 5 straight. Been a very crisp first 10 minutes in this game. Nice grab by Darrington. Maxwell heaves a three. Tapped right to Darrington, and she'll get the basket, but credit Knowles for the tap. Ayana with 4. Our 5th lead change.
Staying with the 1-2-2, three-quarter court. A lot of skip passing going on.
Madison Glass, is on the floor, 5'9" sophomore.
Yeah, Maddie had a great game for him last game. They had about as well as she's played, I do believe. Coach Birdwhistle was really excited about her.
Jenna Satterley weaves it in the corner to Baum. Baum, nice crafty pass baseline. McGregor can't complete it. Baum lassos the loose ball. Now to Johnson in the corner.
Good defense by the Broncos. They're doing a nice job of making it tough on Johnson, making it tough on Satterley at this point in time now by chasing.
Going to be a travel loose ball gobbled up by McGregor. And possession back to Frederick Douglass. Claire Cooper, number 10, back on for Anderson County.
Yeah, back to the starting lineup, Chris, for Anderson County.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have an update of area scores. Also, preview next week's postseason action. Lots of basketball looming here on Glycott with district play starting for both these teams next week.
Anderson County remains in man-to-man. Same matchups. Laney Johnson playing a floater.
Nia Rhodes creates her own again.
Yeah, she's very gifted.
Nia with 9 early. 3-point Frederick Douglass lead.
Yeah, right now the Broncos are doing a real nice job of making it tough on the Bearcats with their defense, pressing them, forcing Satterley and Laney to break the press, and then run the offense once they get down here. So it's really slowed them down a little bit. But that's fine though for Clay. Clay likes that play sometimes.
Satterley, that's Laney Johnson for the basket. Johnson with 6 in the quarter.
She loves that little floater, especially over that left shoulder.
Broncos by a point.
Hyatt's doing a real nice job so far right now on Darrington. Faith is physical.
Rhodes off the mark. Darrington claims the rebound. She's got it again. And there's her second foul over the top.
Well, I think I spoke too soon, Chris. Arrington got the ball and right off the bat and had three looks at it, but that's a costly foul.
DJ Moberly was just issued a warning to get back inside the coach's area as we take a look at Darrington's persistence on the backboard.
Yeah, she was close to getting her second rebound, but the third one clinched the deal.
McKaylee Bennett will check in momentarily for Douglas. You'll see her seated at the scores table. Bomb skip pass. Satterley flies a 3. And Darrington, big rebound. Here comes Rhodes. And Rhodes lost containment and travels.
Just got a little too deep with nowhere to go. Tried to spin out of it and lost her footing.
So Darrington now with those 2 fouls will shuttle out, and you wonder how long at the 3:16 mark.
Well, she's awful important, and she's a senior with great experience. I've never been a big fan of holding a kid out the entire rest of them half, but we're only 3 minutes left, so coach might be able to do that.
Great defense by Jaylee Knowles, causing the turnover. Travel on Laney Johnson. As number 11, McKaylee Bennett will nudge it back to 3, Kate Baker. Anderson led by 1 after 1, and they trail by 1 as we slide under 2:50 in this first half, and a foul over the top on Anderson County's Faith Hyatt.
Yeah, really got caught behind, but really Knowles had nowhere to go. That was really a useless foul, pretty much.
There's Nia Rhodes, another 3. And the rebound brought down and secured by Laney Johnson of Anderson County.
Well run inbounds play by Coach Moberly. Shot just didn't fall. I've been really impressed with Coach. I didn't know Coach before.
There's Claire Cooper. Nice defense by Amaya Maxwell. Cooper again off the mark. And there's Johnson flinging a three. Claire Cooper with the offensive rebound creates the basket. A 30-second timeout from Anderson County. And we'll step aside after this from Cartown Kia on Glycol.
It's your season to save on our incredible selection of new Kias from Cartown Kia. You can't beat the powerful design of the new 2024 Sportage.
It's your choice. The new 2023 Kia Sportage, just $349 down and $349 per month, or the new 2023 Kia Sorento, just $349 down and $349 per month.
Unmatched design, performance, and savings all in one at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Claire Cooper with the offensive rebound. Lainey Johnson with a big three. So a 2-point Bearcat lead.
And Oldham County staying into what they've been in the entire game. Staying into that. Anderson staying into that man-to-man with Johnson floating in the middle. She'll fall off as soon as the ball goes down.
Kaylee Bennett and Johnson claiming the Bearcat rebound. Back to the trailer, Satterley. A great take by Satterley plus a foul.
Yes, sir, Chris. As I said, she really can use either hand extremely well, and she really can finish going left. And that's such an opportunity for a team when you can balance the court that way.
Well, Satterley used to be a primary three-point shooter. Her mid-range game jumps off the chart, and it's a 5-point Anderson lead.
Yeah, she can shoot runners. She can do a little bit of everything. She can definitely go 3 levels.
Bennett weaving her way for the answer, and that's a big bucket for Douglas. Bennett, her first field goal. Lead reduced to 3.
Yeah, we got Bennett chasing Satterley right now, which is not a smart thing to do. They're trying to put some. Looks like Bennett's super quick, and so trying to disrupt Satterley with quickness.
There's Johnson, closeout blocked by Knowles. It trickles right back to Cooper. And Anderson County with another big offensive rebound as we near the 1-minute mark.
Super job of doubling. You know, Rhodes doubled. Johnson turned her back, and Rhodes went right to the double team, which is how you're taught. Great job, great defense by the Broncos.
Reagan Gorgonis is in for her first appearance for Douglas. Gorgonis will wear number 0, 5'5" sophomore.
Yeah, the game I saw, Gorgonis hit a couple threes and made a couple twos, so she's a real value to their team.
Post-entry Johnson, nice movement. Satterley will handle it up top.
Yeah, they're trying to post up Rhodes with Johnson right now. Great move.
2 more for Satterley.
Great use of change of speed and hesitation. Just a great move by Satterley.
13 unofficially for Jenna Satterley. Bearcats match their longest lead at 5 as Baker angles left, floats it on the run, well long. Ricochets right to McKaylee Bennett, and it slides off. And then Bennett will commit a foul in backcourt.
Yeah, a little frustration there, I do believe, Chris. And I'll tell you what, though, Bennett's quick. She could disrupt your offense. They'll pick up man, and I don't know if any help's going to come for Anderson or not. Easy into Laney. And just clear out, and Jenna will bring it down.
Under 10 in this second quarter. Satterley in the lane.
Beautiful move, just didn't go down.
Cooper inside the arc. And Bennett with a rebound, and that's going to take us to half. A very competitive first pair of quarters. Anderson County leading Frederick Douglass 25-20. Our halftime report on the way back. Thanks so much for watching GlyCod.com tonight. We'll be right back.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with GlyCod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Find out about their apprenticeship and training programs that help you earn while you learn at IBEWLocal369.com. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential.
Halftime in Lawrenceburg as we welcome you back. 5-point Anderson County lead. And Mark Evans, this has been a very impressive second quarter for the Lady Cats.
It was, Chris. But if you look at the stats, basically, the shooting percentages, both teams are shooting right at 41%. The difference in the game is a three-pointer. Even though Anderson usually makes more than they are, they're 2 of 7, whereas the Broncos of Frederick Douglass are 0 of 6. So the difference has been the three-point line. Free throws are about even.
Individually, Anderson County led by Jenna Satterley with 12, I beg your pardon. Satterley has 12, Lainey Johnson with 9, and for Frederick Douglass, Nia Rhodes with 9, but perhaps more importantly, Ayanna Darrington has 2 fouls.
Yes, that was a major foul with 5 minutes to go or so in the half, and Coach got her out and sit her down, and it really didn't hurt them too awful bad, and so she's coming out with 2 fouls, but the first 5 minutes or so of this third quarter is going to be big, as far as her making good decisions and not getting that foul.
What's the big adjustment that both these teams need to make?
Well, the only thing I was thinking about that, Chris. Right now the press by Frederick Douglass is definitely. I won't say it's affecting or it's not hurting Anderson County, but it would be good maybe mixed match or something, and maybe get Jenna Satterley in the middle so she can get something going a little quicker and get it to the basket. But I think both teams are pretty much going to stay with the same. I think both teams had great game plans as far as defensively on star players, and I think that it's going to be the same game we've just watched. It's going to be key foul trouble, and that's going to play the game.
We'll step aside, be right back. We'll talk more about postseason play, postseason basketball looming for both these teams in all of Kentucky. And Mark and I will talk a bit more about next week and beyond on glycod.com. We'll be right back.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product is based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
Gen Z is a stall generation. The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Halftime in Lawrenceburg as we welcome you back. Wednesday night high school basketball on Glycod. Well, Mark, this time next week we'll be immersed in brackets and postseason and all that sort of stuff. Let's talk about both these teams in a trek to the postseason. Start with Douglas, 11th region. How would you handicap their chances?
I think that they're the odds-on favorite. I think they had the athleticism, and I think they've proven they're 10-1 already in the region. I do believe. I'm not sure. Well, I do know who clipped them early. It was Henry Clay, but yeah. There's a big difference between those two teams right now. Now, you can always go back and say the one thing that could get in the way of Frederick Douglass, I think, would be foul trouble by key players, mainly Darrington. She has a tendency to get in foul trouble.
Well, certainly Franklin County, a very strong program with Coach Thacker up there, and you would think they'll have something to say about it as well.
Well, that's a good point. I forgot a little bit about Joey. Joey and I have been friends forever. Yeah, and the style that Franklin plays, and he always has played, they attack the basket. I mean, they'll drop their heads and run right through you. And that could be a recipe for Darrington getting in foul trouble. So you're exactly right, Chris.
Must not be too good of friends. You forgot about him.
Well, Yeah, my regions, being on the KHSA board for everything moves around so much, I never quite remember what region's what. So that was my bad.
And for Anderson, 2 losses on the year. They did lose at Simon Kenton. You figure the 8th comes down to what, one of those 2 teams?
Well, probably so. I think they're typically the best. I've seen all the Oldhams play, and I think day in, day out, Anderson's has a nod there. I have seen Simon Kenton play. I was pretty impressed with them. I think they're dangerous, but I do believe that Anderson County, has a great shot at getting out. I don't think Spencer's quite nearly as talented as they were the last couple of years.
Well, we saw Simon Kenton and Sacred Heart last Friday, and certainly a very solid team. And this Anderson team, very impressive, certainly in this building where the 8th region will be.
Yeah, that's always an advantage. When you're comfortable and you come in when you need to come in, you shoot on the same baskets day in, day out. That is a big advantage. And, last year was one of the first times in a long time that Clay and them didn't get to the state tournament. So they're hungry. I see his supporting cast getting better and better. So as long as they don't run into something strange, they should be okay.
Largest lead for either team at 5 points. Anderson's led by 5 on 3 occasions, and they'll have it to start this second half. Same starters for both teams.
Same defenses. Opening up man-to-man by the Broncos. But Knowles is on Johnson.
Faith Hyatt geared up a 3, and it's long, and a rebound secured by Jaylee Knowles.
Yeah.
Frederick Douglass.
I saw Anderson beat a good Southwestern team, and Faith actually stepped out and hit 2 or 3 threes. So she's very capable.
Nia Rhodes trying to work her way inside the lane. Step back a little short. Knowles on the glass. And it trickles out. Knowles has missed a couple from the doorstep tonight.
Yeah, she's a pretty strong player. She definitely looks to score, too, and that helps. That's 3 of them that really looks to score on the team.
Hyatt and Darrington having some words as the Broncos inbound. Back to McKaylee Bennett.
Yeah, I don't think either one of those 2 young ladies will back down from what I've seen. I know Faith well, and just watching Darrington, she
Johnson with a great block, but Bennett able to bring it back herself. And a Bronco foul as Claire Cooper was knocked over.
Yeah, got clipped on a moving screen that time.
That's the 3rd on Darrington.
Oh, that was on Darrington.
So Ayana Darrington called for her 3rd. We'll bring that up when we can here as Anderson operating.
Well, I think Coach Moberly is going to trust his senior. Pivotal time of the ball game. We talked about that the first 5 minutes, and that 3rd foul makes it tough.
Lainey Johnson flings a 3, and rebound procured by Nia Rhodes of Douglas. Down 5 as Rhodes has that ball squirt forward, and the beneficiary is Lainey Johnson. As the scoreboard here at the site will be extinguished, it's going to now power back on and power off again. So we take a look, Mark, at this 3rd foul while we can on Darrington.
Well, Chris, I didn't see it. I didn't see a foul there. Not really sure about that one. I'd be upset just like Coach Moberly is upset about that call.
There's an entry to Satterley, puts it in. Satterley with 14, and Anderson grows the lead to 7.
And Coach Moberly did get her out of the game, so trying to play without her for a while.
Knowles lost the handle. Arrow stays Douglas.
Yeah, this is really going to be a key time for these Broncos. They're in a real dangerous point in this game. Down 7 without a key player.
Rhodes for a 3, swirls off, and rebound secured by 31 Lainey Johnson of Anderson County. Johnson spins left, and the lead now at 9.
Yeah, Johnson can make that move, that spin move underneath as well as anybody in the state, without a doubt.
It's a crafty take by 11 McKaylee Bennett to draw the Anderson foul.
Johnson got caught with her, went really ready and got caught with the foul across the arms.
So Bennett will have 2 following this basket from Laney Johnson. And certainly without Arrington, Rhodes is the focal point of the offense, but players like Knowles, Baker, Bennett all accomplished. They need to pick it up offensively.
Well, I think Knowles is going to be the key. If they're going to get offensive rebounds, it's going to be by Knowles.
So Bennett with 2 big misses, and Anderson a basket here can expand this to double figures.
Yeah, well, Broncos are also dodging a little bit of a bullet because Laney Johnson's not making her threes tonight, and she appears to be pushing the ball just a little bit. I think she's trying too hard and working too much on thinking a little bit too much.
There's Johnson inside the lane, lost her footing. 5 against 4 for Douglas. There's Kate Baker. Knowles fills the lane. Jay Lee puts it in. +1.
Beautiful Euro step. I'm not a big fan of Euro steps. I always worry about ACL. But beautiful Euro step, beautiful finish, and to the free throw line just on your cue. Knowles stepping up.
Great pass by Kate Baker to recognize Knowles was there. Knowles with 4. And the Broncos score the first 3 points for them in this third quarter. Nia Rhodes back in. She was out momentarily.
But Knowles had a pretty good looking stroke for a 60% free throw shooter on that one. She looked good. Staying in the...
McGregor in the corner, and Anderson throws it away. There's Kate Baker in the corner, back to Bennett. And Rhodes, that's her game, but it's glanced to the left. Bennett puts it in.
Great follow by Bennett.
So the Broncos with 5 straight.
Staying in the 2-2-1 or the 1-2-2 press. That's 2-2-1. Well, actually, they're running and jumping out of the man.
It's Clara Cooper, 10 in the corner. Johnson triggers the 3 well short. Floated back in play. It was Ella Baum that flipped it back in play, and the Broncos a long jumper. That's a 2 that's short from Bennett. And possession back to Anderson County. And a full 60-second timeout for the Lady Cats. They lead Frederick Douglass by 4. Just over 4 minutes in the third. We're back to Lawrenceburg in just a moment from Glycod.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Anderson County by 4. Middle section of this third quarter, and a nice response by Douglas without Darrington on the floor.
Yeah, I think it was tremendously important. I would think that Clay Birdwhistle from the Bearcats would feel pretty good about his chances with Darrington sitting on the sidelines, but they need to clean it up a little bit on the defensive boards. They've been nicked by 2 or 3 offensive rebounds, not even by Darrington.
Nice grab by Cooper. There's a 3 block from the closing Jaylee Knowles. As Ella Baum had it rejected back.
It took a long time on that shot against that kind of quickness and athleticism. Probably not going to get your shot off much.
It's Satterley 14 for the game, including 12 in the first half. And Johnson threw it away, tried to look like McGregor underneath.
I don't know what that was. Just miscommunication somewhere.
And Cooper with a grab and a foul. The whistle, a bomb, I beg your pardon, instead.
Yeah, Baum with the block. Cooper missed her going through.
Third Anderson foul of this quarter. And Cooper got a hand on that.
Yeah. I thought it might hit the back of the backboard, but I think it was Cooper's hand.
And there's Kate Baker called for a bump. Opposite number 3, Jenna Satterley up top.
Just strong with the ball. She keeps you off of the ball. She'll use her body real well to draw those types of fouls.
A delay of some sort.
I'm not sure what that was.
Back to live action inbound to Laney Johnson.
Trying to clear for Laney. Laney was looking to try to take Knowles one-on-one, but now they come with the run and jump. Scramble.
Bomb inside the lane. Coughs it up. Here's Kate Baker. Wielding it forward to Bennett. There's Nia Rhodes that steps into a 3. And Rhodes is connected on 1 3 tonight, but really struggled from the perimeter.
Yeah, they're trying to get the ball out of Satterley's hands. They're trying to double every chance they get, but that's a foul on a key player, Rhodes.
Both teams now with 3 fouls in this third quarter. Second foul on Rhodes. And Jaylee Knowles now will occupy space with Laney Johnson in front of her. Johnson veering left, and Bennett on the double team comes over to pick up the foul. Broncos now with 4.
Yeah, that seems to be the game plan for Coach Moberly. Is anytime that Jenna or Laney Johnson touches the ball, they double, trying to get the ball out of their hands, make somebody else beat them.
There's Johnson from Satterley. Johnson banked it in.
Yeah, that's Laney's spot right there in that block area.
Nice take by McKaylee Bennett.
Well, she's been impressive. She's done some really good things for him.
Bennett with 6, right on her average. She's been more aggressive tonight with the ball in her hands.
Absolutely.
And the lead at 4.
She had an offensive rebound putback too, I do believe.
Here's Satterley in the lane. Bump, no call. Got the roll anyway.
Yeah, that's right to left pull-up. She's tough.
Satterley with 16, and back on defense is Jenna to knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, she's got a tough assignment. Jenna handles the ball the entire time and chases her best guard pretty much. Yeah, and she's done a pretty good job tonight. That's a good matchup to watch.
Claire Cooper, that's the 11. Madison Glass in for the Lady Cats as Rhodes, nice grab to keep it in front court.
Yeah, Jenna tried to tap it over, but Rhodes did a great job of keeping her body between the basketball and Jenna.
So Darrington 2 fouls, still on the bench. Check that to 3 fouls, still on the bench.
Yeah, and Anderson's still in the man-to-man with Johnson as a floater. She's just she's like a gambler inside.
Bennett well short with that one. Laney Johnson in attack post. And Knowles picks up the foul, and that's the team's 5th.
Yeah, that's not where the Broncos wanted to be. Laney can knock down free throws, so can Satterley. And they both are good at drawing fouls.
Johnson, 8th Region Player of the Year. 4-year contributor now in her junior year. And Mark, a lot of great players come through here, but she already has over 1,500 career points.
She's a great one. And I always played Clay in all the years, when he had all those good teams. Mercy, we played him every year. And I've seen all those great players. I know a lot of them. But, Laney's one of the best.
There's Gregonis with a putback. Reagan Gregonis tacks one in. And the lead back to 6.
Look for Coach Birdwhistle to set up Laney and isolate her and let her get to the basket. Beautiful pass by Johnson.
McGregor grabs and puts it in. McGregor with 4, the lead at 8.
Give Faith credit. She was able to make a quality catch and finish.
Bennett off to the left. Rebound secured by Jenna Satterley. Is the lead at 8.
Wide
Satterley, McGregor grabs, puts it in. The lead at 10. And Bennett tries to respond, and a foul whistled on Anderson's Laney Johnson. Bearcats on a run here, and McGregor with 4 quick ones for Anderson County.
The recipients of a great Johnson pass and a great Satterley pass, but give her credit. She gathered herself and put the ball back in the basket. Good job.
McKaylee Bennett now 0 of 3 from the foul line.
Yeah, it's very difficult to overcome. You need every point you can get at this point in the game.
In the lead at 9. Broncos going to take a 60-second timeout. 9-point Anderson County lead. We'll have more coverage of Central Kentucky High School basketball right after this pause from Glycott.
Confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Anderson County leading Frederick Douglass by 9. Under 60 seconds in this third quarter. And Broncos 10 points in this quarter, but they've really labored at times on offense.
Yeah, anytime you take a key player out of the game like Darrington, you're going to labor. A lot of their baskets come from second shots, and she's the one that usually gets those second and third shots. So actually, they weathered the storm fairly well, better than maybe I expected with her having to sit out most of this second half so far.
Amaya Maxwell back in for Douglas. And Maxwell closing a little late on that long pass. It's gapped over to Johnson. And trickled away and stolen back as Anderson gets it back. And now Laney Johnson with it. Pass underneath. And Madison Glass puts it in. Glass her first field goal, and Anderson enjoying a game-high lead of 11.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult. That's a long way to come back when there's only been 30 points thus far by the Broncos.
Maxwell off. And Anderson into forecourt. There's Maxwell, and a little overzealous there in forecourt with a double dribble. I think she was getting a little excited there.
I think so.
In a fast break.
With
8 seconds left. There's McKaylee Bennett back to Kate Baker. Baker floats it off, and Anderson County now leading after 3, 41-30. Bearcats 6-game winning streak on the line, and we'll have more coverage in just a moment from Glycod.
First opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Anderson County on top, 41-30 after 3. This program, so much success here. 5 regional titles in the last 10 years for Anderson County. Still don't have that state title. They didn't make it to the state semifinals. And perhaps the COVID year in 2020, they had the best team. And, of course, the tournament didn't continue. But this Bearcat team, they're due for another deep run.
Yeah, that was a heartbreaker with the COVID deal. It was one of his better teams, and Sacred Heart had already suffered a loss in that tournament. It was a hard pill to swallow.
This Bearcat team very sound tonight. Underneath, Satterley arcs it in, and a pass and the assist from Ella Baum.
Well, we talked about earlier how great of a coach Coach Birdwhistle is. He always comes out of any kind of a break with a well-run play and gets it to the right people, and the kids know how to make that happen. So that was on Clay. That was a good job.
Ayana Darrington back on the floor with 3 fouls. She'll set a screen for Gorgonis up top. And Satterley got a hand on it. Back to Nia Rhodes, heaves a 3. And Darrington able to chase down that loose ball. Back to Kate Baker, steers one up. And Darrington just wants it more. And a held ball, the arrow will belong to Douglas. Broncos have had some good looks at 3 tonight. They just haven't fallen.
Yeah, especially Rhodes. And Rhodes typically shoots about 37% from the three-point line. So they'll need her to heat up if they're going to catch up tonight.
Rhodes in between the wickets, little floater, crafty floater. And Darrington digs it out again. And it will be Anderson County ball.
Yeah, Darrington's frustrated, there's no doubt about it. And she picks up a lot of her points off of rebounds and offensive rebounds and putbacks, but she's awful aggressive. I don't know if she's going to get the 4th foul or not soon, but that was close that time. There's a running John trying to get the ball out of Johnson's hands, trying to make somebody else beat him.
And Johnson going to draw the double team.
And Jenna's being chased. Jenna Satterley's being chased.
And a turnover ensues, gobbled up by Gorgonis on the backside. And Gorgonis being ridden up the floor, foul on Anderson County's Ella Baum. It's a good defense by the Broncos, resulting in a turnover.
Well, Coach Moberly's doing a great job of trying to double Laney anytime she catches the ball, and they're chasing Satterley. So it forces Anderson County's other 3 players to step up, and right now it's not happening.
Post entry through Maxwell, and there's Darrington. Right past Maxwell again. Well, you certainly can't fault the effort.
No, you can't fault the effort. Just a little bit of a force, I think, that time, trying to make something happen that wasn't there. Got her in the back. They're in a 1-3-1. Actually, they're picking up man is what they're doing, but she's just the safety, and that's Darrington.
A lot of bodies on the near side. That's Ella Baum, and she'll travel.
I don't know. I don't think Darrington has any fear whatsoever about getting her 4th foul. She's got to be really careful.
Broncos average 64 a night. They've got, as you see, 10 points in each of the first 3 quarters. They've yet to scratch here in the 4th.
Well, we talked earlier, Chris, about how well Anderson County holds teams down in their scoring.
There's Rhodes through contact, coughs it up. 31 Johnson between the wickets, down the hill. And Darrington partially blocked it and then fumbled it forward.
Yeah, ugly basketball right now, Chris.
And Gorgonis will pick up the foul. DJ Moberly certainly frustrated. The far sideline just outside of your camera view. First foul of this quarter on the Broncos.
Yeah, those turnovers will do that to you if you're on that sideline. I've been there.
Satterley for 2 more.
Beautiful runner. Great ball control. Great
and
play.
There's the defense too. Satterley plucks it away. There's a Euro step and a foul. The improvement just leaps off the page.
Oh, I tell you, I had her 2 years ago, when I was with Anderson, and I was impressed then, but I just really like her assertiveness. She plays with a quiet confidence. She can play both ends of the court. She's a great defender. She's got to be one of the top point guards out there in the state of Kentucky.
Well, Jenna, just this week, commits to Freed Hardman in Henderson, Tennessee, NAIA program.
She'll make them better.
87% free throw shooter.
Not too bad, Chris. What do you think?
No, not too bad.
That'll win you championships.
And again, you look at the experience factor, and of course Simon Kenton did beat Anderson this season in Northern Kentucky, but we just saw the Pioneers on Friday, and there is a big experience gap between them and Anderson.
No doubt about it. The key with Simon Kenton though is the one young lady needs to be back.
Nice.
She had hurt her ankle in our game that we did with Sacred Heart, so as long as she's back, they'll get better. Not really sure what happened there.
We're not going to count that basket. The layup went in, but I believe a foul before. And DJ Moberly getting an explanation. So no basket. And Clay Birdwhistle now getting an explanation. There's Rhodes off in the corner, and Johnson chases down the rebound, and there's Bennett from behind for the foul.
I think the Broncos are feeling the pressure here with 5:15 to go and 30 points scored and down 17.
Well, we've got a conversation between the officials right here. The officials with a brief conversation as we welcome you back with 5:15 in the fourth.
I think Clay was asking for a little extracurricular. I think he thought that one of the Bronco players did a little extra.
Rose just a little late in the passing lane. Jones from 17. And Laney Johnson for two more as the Bearcats call a 30-second timeout. Anderson in full control on Glycod.com.
Overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
19-point lead, Anderson County in full control. I'm Chris Labar along with KHSAA Hall of Famer Mark Evans. And the Broncos still unable to get on the board in this quarter.
Yeah, they've been disjointed the entire game. It's been a tough one. I'm sure Coach Moberly's been frustrated. Anytime you have key players in foul trouble, it affects your rhythm, it affects your chemistry and everything else. And the Bearcats are just taking over. Satterley's been fantastic tonight. Laney Johnson's, other than not hitting her threes like typical, she makes a lot of good things happen for him. So it's been a tough one for the Broncos, the visiting Broncos.
More basketball tomorrow on Friday. Butler Oldham County boys and these same Douglas Broncos will close out the regular season on Friday against top-ranked Sacred Heart, and a foul underneath.
Anderson went to the 2-3 zone, and the Broncos did a great job of a 1-4 set and a high-low going through Darrington. Nice pass down to
Maxwell will arc it in. Maxwell, 3 points on the evening.
Well, with 5 minutes to go, we'll see what kind of pressure that the Broncos can put on the Bearcats tonight. They'll need it. They'll have to create some turnovers and get some more possessions.
And McKaylee Bennett flagged for a foul.
Yeah, but I think McKinley's kind of met her match tonight when it comes to Satterley.
Well, just the craftiness.
Well, she uses her body so well. She'll set her up to foul. Yeah, Laney working hard to get to the basketball. Looking for cutters. No one cut that time. People just kind of watch for her. Looking to double every chance the Broncos can get, trying to create turnovers. Darrington's playing the middle, kind of roaming gambler, you might say.
Here's Lainey Johnson taking it right to Darrington. And Ayana picks up her fourth.
Put her in a tough spot. I don't know how much of a foul that really was, but Johnson does such a good job of getting her body into you when you're not standing directly in front of her.
Let's take another look, as it didn't appear to be an excessive amount of contact. That free throw, by the way, rimmed off. As we've got this replay apparently from the very, very beginning. Oh, for heaven's sakes. There we go.
Yeah, as I said, Chris, Lainey Johnson does a good job of selling them, and that's part of being a really, really well beyond your years junior player that's been player of the year 2 years in a row.
Johnson connects on the second of two. Bennett off with a three, and it's going to ricochet right back to 31 Johnson, and she'll spill it out of bounds.
Yeah, quick hands by Baker made that happen.
So Frederick Douglass still seeking their first field goal in this fourth quarter. Only two on Maya Maxwell points, their lone points. Off the mark from Rhodes. There's Johnson baseline. And there's Darrington to claim the Bronco rebound, head to Baker. Setting up Rhodes for a three. And Kate Baker out with it for Douglas.
Nice pass and try.
And Jaylee Knowles is fouled. Unselfish play by McKaylee Bennett to find her teammate underneath. Fourth team foul. Both teams will spin the balance of this fourth quarter now at the foul line.
Chris, I've been impressed with Knowles. I think she adds to her team a great deal as far as the Broncos go. For a freshman, I think she does a really nice job.
Knowles a double-double in their impressive win Friday at Cal. They won that game 65-55. Knowles 13 points, 11 rebounds.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just over 3 minutes to play. Anderson County in command.
Some form of a 2-2-1, but they're just trying to scramble, run, and jump as much as possible to try to get a turnover, but I think it's a little or too late.
Clara Cooper back over to 31 Johnson. As Anderson County led it by one. After one, they'll fumble it out as Ayana Darrington has it ricochet right back to Jenna Satterley, and another turnover.
Yeah, been a lot of them tonight. A lot of turnovers, both ways actually.
We need to get a sponsor for a bakery if we're talking about turnovers.
You're exactly right.
If anybody out there owns a bakery, let us know. There's Lainey Johnson up top.
Probably won't be a local company, though, I wouldn't think. Wanting you to turn the ball over.
Johnson inside the lane, floats it off, and nice rebound by Knowles, and then she maintained her dribble. That's a great play, and an Anderson County foul.
I think they got Claire Cooper for a reach around. And we're shooting.
Going to be shooting the rest is Knowles. Great play right there.
If we continue to foul, we're going to have a long 2-12, Chris.
16-point lead, and Anderson led by one after 1-5 at half. And they've slowly and gradually expanded the lead.
Well, I think Satterley had such a big third quarter. I mean, she was just on fire and making every play and putting the ball in the basket. And And the Broncos just couldn't keep up with that pace, scoring pace.
Knowles now with 6 unofficially in the lead at 14. And a turnover on that trap as both Knowles and Rhodes come over and force Johnson to lose it out of bounds.
Well, Laney's got to be careful turning her back, and pulling up like that, because you turn your back, they're looking to double. I mean, that's any good team is looking for that, so got to be a little careful.
McKaylee Bennett steers up a 3 and puts it in.
Been a long three-point drought, though. I don't
It's the first field goal of this quarter for Douglas.
Yes, it is.
Bennett with 9. Only an 11-point lead.
Doubling everywhere.
And a foul, or nope, a timeout called.
Yeah.
We'll keep things here as Anderson calls for a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, Coach Birdwhistle was saving one of his players from a turnover.
Well, it looked like you could have had either a timeout, a travel, or perhaps a foul. A lot going on there on that sequence.
Yeah. I think you had a turnover, what you were getting ready to have, but.
Special thanks to Meijer for their support of Glycod.com. You can visit their Hamburg location, 2155 Paul Jones Way, for any of your shopping needs. Meijer, a proud supporter of high school athletics on Glycod. So if this score holds, it would be Anderson's 7th straight win. They've already registered 9 straight 20-win seasons. And it would put them at 26-2 and certainly a shot at 30 wins if things fall right.
Absolutely. You would almost expect that from an Anderson County team, but they've had a great year. Clay didn't really know how a supporting cast would do this year, and he's been really excited about what he's been seeing. Look at the double. Skip pass, skip back, skip pass is what they like to do.
Lainey Johnson weaving her way in.
Yeah, they're not looking to score now. They're looking to get fouled or get layups.
Claire Cooper draws some attention, and Rhodes guilty with 1:16. And Claire Cooper, scoreless tonight, will head to the line for 2.
Well, one of the greatest concerns that Broncos head coach had was foul trouble and turnovers. And, that's really been the story tonight. Foul trouble and turnovers. And not making the outside shot.
Cooper on the board. And there's Darrington with the offensive rebound. And you look at Douglas in the postseason has been to the foul line. It may boil down to simply how long can Darrington stay out of foul trouble.
I think there's no doubt about it. We talked earlier about, I saw where Henry Clay had played the Broncos earlier in the season and beat them handily. And then I watched recently and saw the Broncos beat Henry Clay handily, and I asked around to try to figure out what the situation was. It's all about foul trouble. Darrington get in foul trouble. And watching her play, she's awful aggressive. I'd like to see her, think things through a little bit every once in a while and know her situation out there on the court.
Timeout, Frederick Douglass. More coverage from Glycod.com in just a moment.
Confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Coming up at the conclusion, Mark will have the Elite Building Products Most Outstanding Player as a scholar athlete and student athlete will be represented and recognized for their outstanding achievements this evening. So Anderson County by 10. Jenna Satterley unofficially 19 points, and Lainey Johnson unofficially 15. Nia Rhodes for 9 for Douglas, but yet to score in the second half.
2-2-1 run and jump.
Darrington will be called for the foul. So Iana will foul out with her fifth personal.
You may have a technical on Faith Hyatt.
Let's take a look as the officials. Both teams going to go to their huddles. Let's take a look at the preceding play, which set this up.
Yeah, I think that Faith Hyatt got a little frustrated and kind of used an elbow, see, and so I'd say a foul out for Darrington, but also a technical foul for the Anderson County Bearcats, and I think that we'll see shooting by the Broncos and the ball.
Well, the officials going to discuss. Tyler Smith, the official, one of the three officials, along with Robert Swanigan and Jay Kepperling.
I think our officiating crews had a good game today.
Yeah, they've done a good job.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of good officiating crews this year. A lot more good ones than I have seen not so much. So Faith will shoot her 2 free throws for being fouled with the foul rule is 5, and then we'll head the other way, I'm sure.
And then Douglas will have possession, will they not?
They should be shooting free throws. They'll shoot technical shots, I would say.
With a possession to follow.
With a possession to follow, but with a minute to go.
Yep. So Anderson stuck on 51.
They went cool for a while, but
and Nia Rhodes 80% from the foul line.
But with only one field goal in the fourth quarter by the Frederick Douglass Broncos, not much comeback there.
Yeah, McKaylee Bennett knocked that three-point shot down, and Rhodes certainly has all the ability in the world, but at times she struggled with her shot.
Yes, she did. For a 37% three-point shooter, she's had a rough night when it came to the threes. And a lot of that has a lot to do with the defense being played, too.
Sure does.
Yeah,
Rhodes.
You put Satterley on her, and it changes things because Jenna's a very good defender.
So that's a 4-point swing on free throws, and still only 8 points separate Anderson County and Frederick Douglass under a minute.
Well, and Satterley and Rhodes know each other. I think they played on the same travel team either last year or this past year. So
Satterley, well. Great defensive play from Nia Rhodes, and then Rhodes will chase and foul. Her impact, Satterley, has been felt throughout this game.
Well, she's a difference maker tonight. Lainey was struggling with her outside shot, and Jenna wasn't struggling with anything, and she really made the difference. Just a great floor game. And we see why she shoots 87% from the free throw line also. Man, how nice it is to have a point guard that shoots it like that.
Well, and played in her sister's shadow here for a number of years, older sister.
Great player
Very
also.
Accomplished player. I believe Becky, if I'm not mistaken, or was. I'm not sure on that first name, but
she was a special.
Rachel,
correct. Those kids come back all the time, and the year I coached down here with them, I got to meet all those young ladies in a different way. I played against them, coached against them, but never met them as I did.
And Kay Baker will foul Claire Cooper, and Anderson County on their way with just over 44 seconds remaining in this game.
I think Coach Moberly did everything he could tonight under the circumstances. I think that, and right now fouling, he's just working for a different day and a different time is what he's practicing with his kids.
Cooper now 2 out of 3 from the foul line. Friday night, Douglas Sacred Heart to wrap up the regular season. Valkyries have that long winning streak intact against Kentucky foes. Upwards of 63.
Yeah, it's a tremendous run in a pretty good basketball state over the last years.
Who beat them last, Mark? Any idea?
I think one of my Mercy teams, actually, Chris.
You think?
Yeah,
There's a 3, and we will keep things here. It's a 8-point lead and a timeout for Douglas. So the lead at 8 as Anderson on their way, and very tough in this building. Certainly a long winning streak in this building.
Yeah, great community support, as you mentioned earlier, Chris. A lot of good people, and it was a pleasure. My time with them was a pleasure. I enjoyed every minute of it. And, back to the Broncos, Coach Moberly has done a great job in 4 years. I mean, he's really made this program something. I'm sure they'll have a great shot, like you and I talked. Probably Franklin County and them will be the two tops.
Broncos defending 11th region champion. And 2 more free throws for Anderson County. 8th region tournament will be held here. We'll have it for you on Glycod. We'll have region 6, 7, 8, and 11. All semifinals and finals. Much more about that next week as district play gets underway. And a rebound snatched by Knowles. Up to 11, McKaylee Bennett as she'll race into front court. Bennett scoops it, it slides off. There's Knowles to clean it up. And the Broncos call timeout. I think they wanted a foul as well, but none called. And Nairo's going to come over and try to protest Tyler Smith. We will take a quick pause. 6-point lead, Anderson County leading over Frederick Douglass. More coverage right after this pause on Glycod.
First opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Two-possession game. Just under 21 seconds left in Lawrenceburg. And Satterley promptly fouled by McKaylee Bennett. Anderson County wraps up their season Friday at West Jessamine. Colts having a solid year. And Satterley will get a chance to add to her total.
Well, we have Frederick Douglass wrapping up their season with second hard, don't we, Chris?
Player foul out as Bennett fouls out. And in steps 5'6", 8th grader via Major. And Satterley adds one more now, 7-point differential. .19 seconds left. There's Kate Baker up and in. And the Broncos will pause play as we adjust to a 6-point lead with 11.9 left. Well, you can't take them back on the Bluegrass Parkway, the timeout, so
no, Coach,
a teaching opportunity.
Absolutely, that's all he's doing, Chris. he's trying to teach his kids in game situations what you need to do when you're down by a few. And actually, there was a 17-point lead or something that melted away pretty much. So I'm a little shocked about that one, but Broncos continue to battle, just not their shooting day.
Broncos 20 points in this fourth quarter, trailed by 11 entering the stanza. And Laney Johnson to inbound, and Satterley found by Baker. And certainly Satterley going to have a chance to have a career night, season high 31. I'm not sure she's quite to that total, but certainly in the low to mid 20s this evening.
Yeah. Well, and some people miss it, but the coach at Coach Birdwhistle, I mean, there's a reason why Satterley gets the ball every time on the inbound. In a late game situation. I mean, that's the mark of a good coaching and a smart team that knows who to get the ball to.
Well, so many percentages are down this year across the board for girls basketball from a shooting perspective, and certainly Anderson County the outlier to that.
Yeah, I've seen some.
There's Baker, a three. Good for her. Kate Baker connects on a three.
Yeah, Kate's capable.
She sure is. Her 28-3.
Yeah, the game I saw, she knocked down 2 or 3 of them.
And that's going to be the final. Anderson over Frederick Douglass, 58-53. Two great head coaches, two class programs will meet at the scores table. Our post-game report presented by CSL Plasma on the way back from Glycod.com.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by CSL Plasma. Be rewarded for your generosity. Do the amazing. Help save lives.
We'll mark a quick post-game tonight, but Anderson 58-53, and certainly the final score not indicative of the way this game was controlled.
No, it was too much firepower by Satterley and Johnson for the Bearcats, and it flipped the coin, and you look at the Broncos, foul trouble on Darrington, and excellent Satterley defense on Rhodes. And that was the name of the game. And, it was definitely not, it looked like more than, it's a 5-point game, but it was Anderson controlled the game the entire way after the first half.
6 first half lead changes. Anderson led by 5 at half, but 16-10 they outscored the Broncos in the third, and it was about the 3-minute mark in the fourth before Douglas had a field goal.
Yeah. I had him for, I think, 3 field goals in the fourth quarter, and that was here late. They hit a 3 and hit 2 threes, I think, late. They had a 2 before, so you just can't come back that way.
Tonight's Most Outstanding Player is presented by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, locally owned with an outstanding selection of windows, doors, and siding. For more info, visit them at EliteKentucky.com. Jenna Satterley, outstanding tonight for Anderson. And McKaylee Bennett did some good things for Douglas.
Yeah. I think she rotates sometimes as far as starting and not starting on the team, at least throughout the year. But I thought she was a difference maker. She brought a lot of energy and attacked the basket well, and did some really good things. I'm sure Coach Moberly's pleased with her.
And certainly for Satterley, we've not seen him a bunch this year, but I would have to think one of her better games of the campaign.
Who, Satterley?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well. I guess I've seen Jenna a lot more than most people have seen him, especially by helping and coaching with them. I've seen a lot of those games, to be quite honest. But what I really like about Jenna, that's even better than the past, is her demeanor on the court, the way she carries herself, her great defense, smart defense, and just her assertiveness on the offensive end. She could always do it, but now she knows she can do it. And she does it consistently, and she has all kinds of ways to put the ball in the basket.
Well, that'll do it for us tonight. Always good to work with you, Mark.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate the opportunity. It's been great.
It's Hall of Fame head coach Mark Evans. For Joe O'Million on camera, our producer Steve Bird, I'm Chris LeBar. Good night from Anderson County High School in Lawrenceburg. More high school basketball coming up Friday. These same Douglas Broncos will take on Sacred Heart. Until then, we'll see you for more high school basketball on Glycod. Good night.
From Glycod, this has been IBEW Local 369, Central Kentucky High School Basketball. IBEW 369, power up your potential. Tonight's game was brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you. CSL Plasma, do the amazing, help save lives. Meyer, higher standards, lower prices. Traditional Bank, because who you bank with matters. And by Community Action of Lexington, Martin's Peterbilt, Lexington Outdoor and Power Equipment, and Allstate Insurance Agent Thomas Allen.
Visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.